Howdy, sportsmen. Welcome to another edition of the Old Fishing Hole with Master Anglers Bill and Dave. Today's episode, Them Bluegills is Mean.
I don't know. Thought I felt a nibble a little while ago.
Yeah, what kind of bait are you using? Using a spoon, a spinner, a jigger?
Red Wiggler's always been...
Red Wiggler?
Yeah.
They love red wigglers.
Hey.
Wait a second.
Hey, what? Wait,
well, I see the problem.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Hey, hold the brushstroke down.
Hey, you're steering the fish away.
You're scaring the crappie.
Hey, Aquaman.
Gee, that's the... Oh, geez, I got some. Hey, I got it.
Bill, we gotta go.
I got some here.
Bill, no, Bill, it's time for the show to start.
We gotta go.
Bill, you gotta leave it. I gotta get out of here.
No.
It's showtime. Come on.
The battle against the fish and the show.
Come on. Bill, give it up. Come on, let's go. All right. Sorry, man. I mean, you know, priorities. What can we do?
Hi, how are you? How's the sun today?
Weir with Bill and Dave. Tonight's special guest, Willie the Wave. Also, girls, Sergeant Pusser with a campus safety tip, and Bill gets some sleep.
Welcome, how are you? Welcome on the air. We're doing a little fishing.
Yeah, trying to get this microphone. Could you fix this for me, please?
He's had problems with this.
Kind of an erector set.
There it is.
Show there. Very nice, very nice. Welcome to On the Air with...
I'm Bill.
And I'm Dave. And once again, show number 3. They say 3 strikes and you're out, but they also say 3's a charm. So, you know...
But that's an 80.
That's only...
You know, people are coming up to us after the last show saying, guys, what were you thinking? So, you know, we'd like to try to make this show as kind of an appeasement, a gift offering to you, and we've got a doozy.
Whew. Whew. You're about to see 30 of the finest minutes in the history of the television medium. Wouldn't you
think
say
we've
so,
hyped
Bill?
this enough?
Oh, I think we could go a little further. Maybe,
No.
perhaps. I don't know. Yes, if you're a Pepperdine student who's in the know, who's keeping up with what's hot, what's not upon campus, you know that the burning issue, among all the other issues, the Big Green Proposition, the Pete Wilson election...
What is the Big Green thing?
You know, that's the proposition that didn't pass a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I know, but what's it about, though?
It's the big environmental package that, unfortunately, about, 90% of people voted against. Yeah, so, I mean, there's absolutely no joke that goes with it, unfortunately.
Just raping the land,
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, among all these issues, the issues that stands head and shoulders above them all, for Pepperdine students anyway, the Willie the Wave issue.
You know, speaking about Big Green, I'm going to go off a totally different tangent.
Go for it, yeah.
Hey, how you doing, girls?
We got the Fly Girls live in studio tonight, by the way.
Since this whole environmental save the earth thing, I've felt a little... There they are, right over there.
They look nice, guys. We're going to be having them performing live in just a bit. Yeah.
Anyway, this whole Big Green environmental thing, I've tried to do my part. I started recycling.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We got like this huge pile of newspapers in our living room of our home, and they're really starting to smell. I mean, it was getting bad. And literally, we'd not throw them away, just because we try to be environmentally sound.
Right.
So I loaded them all up. I took them. I carried them, wrapped, string around them, carried them, put them in my car, drove, and I took them and dumped them out on Malibu Beach.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it gets
very nice.
The environmental thing. It just.
Yeah, boy, I'm so glad you went off on that tangent.
I don't know what that means.
It would have been much better if you just done this. Hey, I can't believe it. I was out of town for Earth Day. See, that's a good, quick environmental joke. I don't know. We could have gotten that out of the way.
See, you're Shecky, and I'm.
And he's green. Anyway. So anyway, speaking of Willie the Wave, we are going to have the wave itself. I don't know if the wave has a gender or not. Well, maybe that's one of the questions
we'll
ask.
We'll find out.
A lot of people have been saying that our mascot, who's been around now for about 3 or 4 years, should be dumped. which has caused an absolute outcry amongst the pro-Willie faction.
Right.
I think we have members from both factions here tonight. This is going to be very much like the whole Marion Barry appearance on Donahue a couple of weeks ago, although for my money, a lot more politically satisfying.
Well, actually, we had to beef up security just for this show, just to separate the bipartisans here.
Exactly.
Half the people here are ready to rip the fur right off a little creature's body, but
That's
the
right.
other half are here to hug her.
That's right.
I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah,
That's what we got to find out.
That works for me. You know, speaking of campus news, my one and only source for campus news is, of course, the Graphic Weekly. Comes out every Thursday, published here upon this campus pad. And, you know, our man, William Weir, does write a column. No, does write a... No, wait, not the word. This is, if you haven't ever caught it before, every Thursday you can catch Bill's column in the Graphic. And this week, this week, a fine column all about the college student's pursuit for sleep. And, you know, perhaps you've read it. Perhaps you've read it. And, you know, it kind of got me thinking, well, maybe we should go out and try and target one of these sleep deprivation candidates. I think Chris Malotte's got some footage for us. Maybe he wants to show us what we found when we went out looking. You want to roll it? Scott Esslinger, our VCR boy. Let's take to it. Yeah, there we have. Okay, now, by the way, no special Saturday. No. That's not the sound of a motorcycle being revved up. Yeah. That's Old Faithful going on. Nice. Can you see the drool running out of the side of his lip? Oh, yeah. Looks really, really nice. Excellent. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Well, that gets you back after I had to get going to drag last week.
We got surprise down on the rundown.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Oh,
Didn't tell him.
I was thinking custard pie. No, I look like an idiot asleep.
Exactly.
But then again, you can see that same scene every day. Heritage meets at 11 in
That's
Elton's
right.
Auditorium.
You can see it then. Yeah. Sorry. After I had to appear in drag last week, we thought it was only fitting that the tide be turned, so to speak.
But at least I don't have people coming up to me and asking me, you know.
If I was a transvestite, some guy came up to me in the parking lot and said, "Hey,
it's true.
Yeah, you're a cross-dresser or something." If you saw the show last week, you know what we're talking about.
He wasn't wearing like combat boots with no hair and a big stick, was he?
Yeah, actually he was.
Throw a chair at you?
Wait, yeah, exactly.
Right.
He's waiting out in the studio even as we speak. Well, once again, we've got a big show for you tonight. Willie the Wave is our special guest, but gosh golly, so much else. I'm sweating from the excitement. You?
No, I powdered before the show.
You really couldn't care. You really couldn't care less.
Pretty much. Give me an album.
Okay, go for it. I tell you what, we're going to go into some more music. Bill's going to cue this up. We're going to be going into PSA and
stick around.
Yeah, seriously,
We'll be right back on the air
with Bill and Dave. Stay tuned.
Buford Pusser here from Department of Public Safety with your safety tip of the week. When exiting a moving plane,
remember to lock your windows and doors. Let's help keep our campus safe. Now I gotta go, but I don't wanna. Ah! Down there is doing an illegal U-turn. Hold it. Whoa. Whoa. Man, that wasn't so bad. Now, hold it. Wait a second. I saw 5 cars over here double parked. I noticed it too. Where's my pad? Somebody get me my pad. Where's my
Should you know
pad?
more about Social Security? Many people don't know the half of it.
I knew I paid for it out of every paycheck. Well, that's just the way it was. But now I see it's a part of my whole retirement plan.
I didn't think Social Security would be around when I retire. But now I know there's enough money to pay benefits way into the next century.
Get the whole story. 937-2000 for this free booklet and see what's in it for you. It never stops working.
Increasingly competitive world we live in, and this is the country we want ahead of the competition. These are the people we'll be depending on to keep this country ahead of the competition. These are the colleges to keep this country ahead of the competition. So if you want America to stay number one,
your mother, your father, your brother, your child. Imagine losing someone you love to a drunk driver. 23,000 people were killed last year. 23,000 families shattered. When's it going to stop? This is Edward James Olmos from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And I'm asking you to stop the problem before it hits your home. Think about it. Your cousin, your grandmother, your child.
Welcome back, everybody.
You know, that audience shot of 3, that was it. Those are the only people here right now.
We put a bunch of mirrors in here, and
exactly.
Crash hits the sound effects.
Boy, thank you, Randall Crash Coppinger, engineer for the evening. Welcome back to On the Air with Bill and Dave. As promised, our featured guest for this evening, perhaps the most controversial figure on this campus, aside from, you know, the cook at Marriott.
Well, yeah.
But,
you know how you were mentioning the newspaper? I'm glad you brought that up. It's like, when I first came to Pepperdine, I started writing for the student newspaper here, and my first column was about Willie the Wave, who had just been, you know, introduced to campus.
This was in the fall of 1987?
Exactly.
I suppose? Yeah.
Exactly. And they came out and they said, we spent all this money on this great mascot for you, and he came out and everybody just went... So anyway, we, you know, I wrote this column, and I will admit I made fun of Willie.
Would you like to give some of the specific references you made towards Willie? What did you compare Willie to, Mr. Weir?
Gosh, you know, there's the big blue banana. There's the
Mac Tonight moon from the McDonald's campaign.
The big mutant Q-tip.
Yeah.
All those references have been made, and they've been made over and over again, and so forth. And recently, there's been a campaign waged here on Pepperdine's campus. Save Willie.
But also, in response, dump Willie.
Dump Willie. Get her out. Get him out. Get whatever it is out of here.
For the last 3-4 weeks, Paul Wilkes has been kind of the ringleader of this entire controversy.
Who would Paul Wilkes be?
Oh, by the way, Paul Wilkes, SGA president, makes announcements every Monday.
What's SGA mean?
Student Government Association, for those of you, you know, charting at home.
What's that big green initiative? What was that?
We already did that joke. Yeah. Anyway, Paul Wilkes has kind of been the ringleader at the weekly assembly that we like to call Convocation. Mm-hmm. And we have procured the wave itself.
Well,
without further ado, let's get to the questioning. Folks, it is our great honor and pleasure to introduce as our featured guest tonight on the Air. Let's give it up for Willie the Wave. Yay! Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. Woo! I've been hypnotized, by the way.
Don't lean back too far, Willie. You go back and break your spine on the curtain.
No problem.
Exactly. Yeah, we want it noted for everyone that to make Willie feel at home, we have Willie sitting upon this kind of blue ceremonial wave, complete with the red carpet. So you know,
exactly.
we aren't treating Willie
getting the royal treatment.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Fly Girl. When are we going to go to the Fly Girls? That's going to be
That's Willie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, Will, it's good to have you. I know you're taking time out. What are you playing Vegas these days on your time off?
Well, you know, we have the first game of the season tonight. I'm going to, as soon as we get out of here, I'm going straight down to the field house. It's been hectic. It's been long. You know, the WCC season just starting up. I'm really looking forward to it. Pepperdine should have a great year.
Yeah. Well,
excellent.
It's good to hear from you. So, tell us about how you got into the mascot biz.
Well, you know, it's been a long road to stardom. I just became the mascot 3 years ago. You know, like everybody else in Hollywood, I'm kind of a character actor, really. Looking for a part, and Pepperdine said, "Hey, we need a wave," and here I am.
Very good. Well, you know, I know that maybe this is jumping the gun a bit. You're a wonderful mascot. It certainly seems that despite the controversy, I'm going to make a prediction that you're going to weather this through, that you're going to be sticking around. But, I mean, surely there's got to be something more than mascotting. I mean, do you want to direct? Shakespeare in the Park, perhaps? I mean, I think Hamlet is a natural. What do you think, Willie?
You know, it's just ever since becoming the mascot for Pepperdine, I truly feel that all roads are open, all vistas, I can do whatever I want, you know?
That's good.
Very, very, very nice.
Especially since you quit smoking. I know.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, what would the demand be, I guess, in Hollywood? You could do a lot of, what, Japanese horror films? I guess?
Well, it's not just that. It's you know, there's a lot of movies shot here in Malibu. They need a wave. I am a professional wave. And, you know, frankly, I'm here. And not only that, my looks right now, I am in style. I have the Marge Simpson hair. A lot of people, I'm in demand. I'm good looking, I'm stylish, I'm hip, I'm 90s, I'm now.
Very, well, it's nice to hear you asserting yourself despite all the controversy.
He is Willie, hear him roar.
Yeah. So, tell me, what do you do during the off-season? Take odd jobs down at Universal Studios at the Parting the Red Sea?
Well, I can't be working at Universal Studios now because it's, you know,
because it's basically molten ash now, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, little bit of a problem there.
I understand. Well, Willie, I mean, let's cut to the current event, shall we? Specifically, 4 weeks ago, SGA President Paul Wilkes made the statement that there's been a large debate over whether or not we should keep or dump you. Tell me, when were you first informed of this debate, and what was your first reaction?
Bob, Dan, let me tell you, it's been tough. It's been rough, let me tell you. I think the only reason that it all started up this year, all the controversy, Paul Wilkes is just, you know, trying to take people's minds off this whole Saudi Arabian thing.
Oh, and,
yeah, so, you know, he started...
Well, that's good of him, I guess.
Paul hasn't even asserted a position on this whole issue. He's, you know, he's selling Keep Willie and Dump Willie T-shirts for his own profit.
Wait, you mean he's selling at the same time?
He's selling both?
He's selling pro and anti T-shirts?
Absolutely.
No, wait, well, you heard it here first, folks. Paul Wilkes, what a great big yabbo.
Oh, my gosh, it's a new Watergate scam.
Truly.
What's he making, $8 a shirt or something?
I'm not sure of the profit, but
$10 a shirt.
$10 a shirt.
I'm assuming that's what that meant.
Yes, exactly. You'll put your hands on a TV set. You can be healed by the power of Willie.
Willie.
Exactly. No. We're going off on a tangent. No.
Let me just say though that Bob White, the head of Campus Life, has said that there's not even an issue here. I'm here to stay. I am the mascot for Pepperdine University.
All right.
So Willie, how would you answer the critics then that say that you're nothing but one of the ugliest things ever to step foot on the Seaver campus? I'm being the devil's advocate.
Only devil's advocate here. Yeah.
How would you answer those critics?
Well, you know, Bill, your article notwithstanding, I think that actually a strange kind of bizarre out in left field mascot really enhances a school because you know, you remember it better. You know, Notre Dame has the Fightin' Irish. I can't think of another school that has that, and it's easily remembered. I'd like to think that, you know, Pepperdine is remembered by having the wave. You know, other teams have mascots that know that there are so many teams out there with, like, tigers and bulldogs and eagles. It's
oh,
a mess. How many, how many schools have a wave? Very few, almost none. You know, we're pretty much it.
Yeah,
absolutely. So it's actually, I think it's the teams with the kind of silly mascot names that people remember. You know, nobody knows what a Packer is up in Green Bay, but, you know, it's easily remembered.
Well, I don't think many people care either.
It's on everybody's lips.
Yeah.
Actually, they have like a grocery boy come out for the Packers and do their little thing. Sorry.
Let me ask you, Willie, now, do you get together with, like, is there an annual association of stupid mascots that meets across the country, like the Fighting Artichokes of Scottsdale Community College?
Santa Clara, Banana Slugs, all that kind of thing.
You guys get together and toss back a few?
Yeah, well, you know, we used to have a yearly convention back in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Boy, I bet the Holiday Inn's never seen that much excitement before.
Well, you know, we used to get together and we used to have a great time, but, you know, that stopped about '88 because they said, you know, frankly, we were getting a little too rowdy.
Ripping up the rooms.
You know, it was you know, one night, there's an incident you probably read about in the paper. In fact, I think, Bill, you read about it with me, the Boston Terrier, and the USC Trojan. It got out of hand.
Well, if that videotape hadn't made its way to Maury Povich's hands, nothing would have happened.
Waitresses at a pool, and it just got completely out of hand.
The story's better on the inside.
Media made a big deal about it, and they shouldn't have.
Yeah. Well, Willie, we want to thank you for coming in and sitting in
Hey, my pleasure.
and answering the questions. We're going to be wrapping things up with Willie in a bit, but it's time for probably our best-known bit here as part of the On the Air show.
Live in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, the Bill and Dave Fly Girl.
Yeah!
Go! No, wait, no.
Oh, wait,
Dad.
why are you always going to be in front?
Because I was here
Samantha is always in front.
No, look, baby, you have this much time.
Me and Bubbles are, but
Shut up.
we have more time.
I don't want to hear it, Bambi.
No. We're carrying you.
No.
We're carrying you.
We are carrying you. Look, you guys just want to, what are we paying you for? Want to dance?
I know. Look, come on.
Okay.
He dances like a baby hippo with leg cramps. No, look
at this. No.
Look. I'm sick of this, okay? I make the most money. I'm the one dating the producers here. I don't need this. Fine. If the Fly Girls are going to break up, we'll just be like the Beatles. Forget it. I don't need this.
It was good as dead anyway.
Come on.
No,
All right, fine. They're all okay. Let's just go in a PSA and we'll get out of here.
I apologize. Think about your public for crying out loud.
Seriously. Hey.
You're asking for it. We'll be back.
Go. Please, don't go away.
Watch your step, Mr.
From the McGruff files, the case of the Tucson tip-off. In the Midtown area of Tucson, Arizona, things were no doggone good. Burglaries were up, spirits were down, and folks were fed up. So they worked with police to get their neighborhood back. They organized community watch groups. In just 3 weeks, burglaries were down 30%. The people of Tucson are making a difference, and you can too. Write this down, and I'll show you how you can help take a bite out of crime.
All right, let's see. My taxes, income tax.
For some people, doing their basic tax forms by themselves can make them feel like they're climbing the walls.
My full name is, I remember that, Dependents.
If you need help, free tax help is available from IRS-trained volunteers. Find them by calling 1-800-424-1040. They'll make your taxes less taxing.
Security up front, stage right, security up front.
Mondays at 8 o'clock, it's Backstage Pass, TV3.
We're back with Pepperdine mascot Willie the Wave. Is that your full name? I guess D would be the middle name? Yeah, okay.
Well, that's my stage name anyway.
Oh, really? Did SAG make you change that? There was another?
Well, no, it's my real name is Armenian. It's a little too long to pronounce, so I had to change it.
Not very appropriate.
Didn't realize that.
Willie, let's get into a little background, shall we? The Wave that perhaps we don't know quite as well. I mean, where you come from? Where originally do you hail?
I am from Santa Cruz originally. I'm a California native. Been hanging out on the beaches my whole life, you know, surfing, doing a little parasailing, things like that, swimming. I enjoy nature and the outdoors, and you know, it just became natural that I would become a wave and mascot for Pepperdine University.
Well, Willie, let me ask you. I mean, back when you were just a small wake, I suppose, did you ever think that the day would ever come where exactly, you know, just a little tide pool in the mascotting of life? Did you ever think that this day would ever come when you were the mascot for a major university like Pepperdine? Was it beyond your wildest dreams?
Absolutely. I don't even think Cher has had this kind of meteoric rise to fame. I love being in the field house. Hanging out in front of the fans, you know, especially when we get a good game like, you know, Loyola Marymount in there, and I'm up in front of there and I'm just getting the fans cheering and pumped up. It's the best feeling in the world. You can't imagine the adulation that I feel. And Bill, Dave, if I might work in a little plug here.
Go right ahead.
I would especially like to thank part of the pro Keep Willie faction here, Kappa Psi Delta has been extremely supportive. They have started a Save the Wave campaign, and they mean it.
All right. Well,
I understand we have a couple of these. Christian, can you get a shot of some of the Kappa Psi Delta members here?
Yeah, they're proud of it, too. All right. There they are.
Yeah,
there they are.
for coming out.
I got to thank them. God love them. Trying to keep Willie.
They're pulling for their Willie. I don't know. I don't know if you don't want
Oh, maybe we should edit that out afterwards.
Yeah, we should. I really didn't go into that sentence with any intention. Whatsoever.
Anyway, well, back to more music. Anyway,
let's do 2.5 hours of mime. So, Willie, let me ask you this: the gesticulation that you are so good at,
right?
Does that come from having your tongue bloated up like that so you can't speak? Or no, I'm kidding. No, I guess it's something that you got to be very animated when you're dealing with crowds. Correct?
Oh, absolutely, because I'm in there, in front of the crowds. Depending upon the game, it can be as much as 5,000 people or as many as 20.
Wait a minute, we're talking about Pepperdine here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Shut up.
Hey, wait, come on.
Hey, come on, no rabble.
Watch it. Hey, I don't need this.
Hey, no, you said that.
Go. Get him out of here.
Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, get rid of that guy. Come on now. Yeah.
Girls are good for something. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. No, please, Willie, calm down for God's sake.
Him out of here.
Sorry about that. We knew that at some point during the broadcast we'd have to resort to a cheap gag like ejecting the guy out of here with the fly girl. So,
and we did. Thanks for coming back in.
And we're proud of that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, boy.
Willie, you get that a lot? What's the deal?
Well, just lately with the Dump Willie campaign, and I think the whole thing is going to blow over probably just right after Christmas time.
Oh, yeah, I mean, definitely. Not unlike the whole Kuwaiti oil thing,
Yeah. In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if, by Christmas time I become the loving, endeared Pepperdine figure that I've always been, and there's probably going to be some Willie the Wave dolls out there.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Well, I'm working. I'm trying to capitalize on the whole Bart Simpson thing.
Actually, okay, now that's a good question. I mean, Willie, popularity is one thing, but but I mean, do you see yourself getting into a product line at some point?
Well, I'd like to. I'd like to have a a Willie line of clothing, some sweats, some jeans, things like that. Possibly, Willie evening wear, things like that.
Very nice.
I think it could work.
Well, we'll be looking for the Wave lingerie right after this public service announcement.
We'll be right back.
Join us, won't you?
It's time for You Lost Your Life with your hosts, Crash Dummies, Vince and Larry. Hi. Hello, and welcome to the show that proves if you don't buckle your safety belt, the loser is you.
That's right, Vince, and by not buckling up, you could end up in places you never dreamed.
Like traction! Or the emergency room! Plus, Larry, if you're not buckled up, you could maybe take a ride in a beauty like this. Stay tuned!
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Hi, how you doing?
Look what I do in school today.
The heart, the aorta, the left and right ventricles, and the auricles.
Pippa, did you want to be a doctor when you were little?
Well,
I would have been the best doctor, Grandpa.
please support the United Negro College Fund.
Can I be a doctor, Grandpa?
Welcome back. We're back with Pepperdine mascot Willie the Wave, and we got just a few minutes here. One last question for you. Tell us about the whole National Enquirer bit.
Bill, I would like to get out of court with that thing. I don't even think we're going to court. They've made a big deal out of it. Let me reiterate. Michelle Pfeiffer and I are nothing more than friends, okay? There's no romantic involvement.
Well, there you have it, folks.
We're going to take your word on that.
All right. Yeah. Well, you're fine upstanding,
Truly, and would do nothing to besmirch the moral... do nothing to besmirch the moral character of Pepperdine. Certainly
exactly.
Not.
Wouldn't want that.
Yeah, well, it's been a wonderful show, Bill.
Not bad.
No, I mean...
fine guest tonight.
Exactly. Once again, let's thank Willie the Wave for coming out.
Expect to see all of you at the games this year.
Yeah, we'll be at the game.
Definitely.
I would like to also thank all 500 students of the Helen Keller Institute who came out and sat in our studio audience.
Thanks a lot. You'll all be paid a $5 on your way out.
Thank you very much.
They're
screaming.
There's a shot of them. Oh gosh. See, this show is like one great big Grateful Dead concert. We make everybody come in, sit on the floor. You'll be getting your acid taps in just a bit.
You got your tongues. It's time for
Uncle Harvey. Anyway, thanks for joining us on the Air with with Bill and Dave, on behalf of all the staff, we are supporting Willie in this, support
and we
drive.
appreciate you get behind him and get down there and see those games. Right now, what do you say? Want to go ahead of a donut or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you be up for that, Willie? All right.
It's amazing how the hair and the tongue.
Seriously. Have you ever considered heavy metal video as a profession? Anyway, we're out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.